All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 3 between Dignitas and Artyk. This is, of course, going to be RaidCall EMS 1 Summer 2013. We've got the group stages, the last day of the group stages. Welcome here on Dota. My name is Maut, and I am joined by none other than Anacletus. How are you, Sor?
Pretty great.
Sir.
Started off the game here with Artyk trying some
10 seconds
really
remaining.
catchy picks, some like interesting stuff with like trees and
Radiant
nagas and
team
storms,
banned.
and that didn't pan out for them. And next game, Ali raid bossed it up with his
Dire
bear,
team
and
banned.
game 3 now scores 1-1.
Yeah, and they brought down that raid boss. It was a team effort. No wipes coming out from the side of Artyk. They actually got it done there.
Wait,
Just keep the WoW references coming along, and man,
did
I'll be
Ali
fine.
actually die that game?
Did he? Yeah, he did. I think right at
10
the end he
seconds
died.
remaining.
I think right at
Okay.
the end, yeah.
I was actually sort of wondering that his bear
5
died. His
seconds
bear died. But the
remaining.
hero with like 10,000 health didn't really. He really didn't even die that much. They
Reserve
really didn't
time.
aim him at all.
I think he might have died once that entire game. That was right at the end. But correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Let me know. Anyways, it was a fantastic game. That second game was, I mean, if you bought the ticket, you got what you paid for. And I'm not going to miss this opportunity to say, hey, there's this great ticket up here. You guys should check it out. RaidCall EMS 1 Summer 2013. Really good stuff. Not only do we have another game coming up tonight, we also have 2 days of action coming up tomorrow as well as on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun for that. But jumping into the game right now, Artyk going to have, of course,
Radiant
first
team
pick
ban.
and first ban. They will ban out the side of the Nakes and the Darkseer. Team Dignitas, they ban out the IO. Another ban might be coming soon. And honestly, after that last performance, I think it should be...
10 seconds.
I want to say
10 seconds
gyrocopter,
remaining.
but am I wrong in that regard?
I'm not sure. I don't think Dignitas knows Artyk's playstyle well enough to really do these bans that could cripple their playstyle. However, I think that Artyk has a fairly good idea considering Dignitas keeps playing a somewhat similar way, where they just try and get as much farm as they can on Ali and just ride off him at sort of the late game.
I mean, that's a really good point because when you look at what they did in the first game, Universe was like, all right, I mean, I'm just going to be able to Omni-Slash, get a bunch of kills here. I think they tried to do something similar in the second game, but I don't think they were particularly ready for,
Radiant team pick.
him to play that Sven. It did not work out. He had one really great buyback into a Stormhammer that was absolutely devastating, but other than that, Universe's contributions to that game were minimal at best. And that's nothing against Universe. Everyone knows that he's a fantastic player. I mean, he loves slam dunking on kids, but that game, it just wasn't going for him. And I think part of the reason was that Sven pickup kind of, I think, a little bit more of just an experimental pick. Luckily, they've got a third game to try to close this one out, but Artyk,
10
of course, they're
seconds
definitely going to be
remaining.
feeling that momentum that they felt from the previous game. But I'm surprised that they went with the
5
Treant Protector,
seconds
which we saw in the
remaining.
first game, and it didn't work out for them. What do you think about that pickup?
Reserve time.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of Tree. I just don't really like how the heroes played out. It's essentially just a strong support that can help globally. He can help people win their lanes, and I think that Artyk just didn't use it to its full advantage. They just sort of lost their lanes when they had a tree. Like, they need to pick heroes that can be 1 versus 1 and gain something from the tree. Like, a Weaver versus Bear could gain a lot from tree or something like that. But outside, they just sort of like had lanes where they would just die no matter what, and they weren't getting a lot of golden farm. And the tree's living armor, the greatest part of it is that you can use it globally, just wasn't being used to its full ability. So
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in that first game, and you make a good point about, maybe picking up a Weaver and trying to be aggressive against another hero in a solo versus solo lane. But in that first game, I mean, he didn't give it to anybody except for the people that he was laning with. It just didn't make sense with what he was doing, essentially. The Lone Druid and the Jakira are going to be coming out next year,
Dire
as you can
team
see.
pick.
And, I mean, Dignitas, for the third game in a row, going to pick up the Lone Druid. Jakiro, they play this hero so often on the side of Dignitas. I'm not really surprised that they picked this one up, to be honest with me. And I just think that it's going to go really well for them.
with as well as he plays Bear, there's no reason not to first pick it. He really just does an awesome job. He knows exactly what to do in order to get farm in his lane. He knows how to control the lane. Some of the biggest things there that you see him do as compared to like other offlaners is he makes farm for himself, whether it's pulling to the hard camp on the Radiant side or doing something like that that just makes the creeps come to where he is rather than him having to go out and be in danger. Because if you've noticed when he offlanes, he doesn't really get caught out. They had to go and actually dive his tower when they had the VS. They had to go and around him behind him. He plays safe and still ends up with farm. It's like a low risk, high reward sort of thing.
Right. I'm excited though, man. This has got my blood pumped a little bit. I was getting a little tired there. The Dragon Ball Z fight, it did end eventually, but will we see another game like that? I don't know, who knows, but we're going to see a gyrocopter again. That's what I know. So.
I mean, I think Gyro does good against Bear. You know, even if he gets rooted, he can still just beat on the Bear, and Flat Cannon just does a huge part in that.
Mm-hmm.
The ult from Gyro slows even the Bear,
Mm-hmm.
and helps them with teamfight for the huge AoEs. And the Flat Cannon, I already mentioned the Flat Cannon. The Barrage just gives him some awesome laning abilities, as well as the fact that it can do some awesome magic damage late game when like Bear could have a huge amount of armor.
Radiant
Good
team
hero against
down.
Bear overall. Good hero overall. A lot of different ways to play it, and I think that they're just feeling confident with how they used Gyro last game. So if Dignitas is gonna pick Aoi as Bear again, why not just pick Gyro again?
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke,
10
why fix it?
seconds
And
remaining.
EG, I think is the smart idea here. Whenever I
5
see EG
seconds
play, it's always
remaining.
like first or second ban gyrocopter, and it makes sense to me. I mean, it really does. If you've got a team that really relies heavily on that hero because he's so strong, and even with that change, which is by the way not a huge change. I mean, Flat Cannon 10-second increase on his cooldown. It's not that big of a deal in comparison. And I think Artyk, they know how to play it, especially IWO plays it to such great extents that they're going to go ahead and pick it up again. And why not? It's worked well for them in the past. Why not pick it up again?
10 seconds
and
remaining.
with AUI 2000, the same thing with the Lone Druid. But
5 seconds
I mean,
remaining.
I don't know. I mean, especially with the armlet change, which it shouldn't be that big of a change, but it does change things a little bit more than that. Of course, the Flat Cannon change does. And with how we saw the last game go, really what is needed to happen here is, number one, Dignitas has to get a good early game advantage, I think. And they did that in the first game with Universe up on that
Radiant
Juggernaut.
team pick.
Secondly, I don't know about the Radiance pickup, because the Radiance pickup in that second game, and I could be wrong here, I think Radiance can work in certain situations, but it just didn't seem like it was doing anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. But like it didn't seem like it was doing anything.
They just had a lot of disables, and there wasn't really much of a way for Sven to just run into like a Gyro and DK and everything. So
10 seconds remaining.
It's also true. I mean, like, without getting focused down completely.
5
so.
seconds.
especially
5
with like a Bane
seconds
and that sort of
remaining.
thing.
That being
You know,
said,
Jakiro
10
isn't really that
seconds.
great of a hero to run an aggro trial, and wow, I think
Dire
that's
team.
they could farm the DK in their safe lane. That's just definitely going to be a safe lane tri lane there from Dignitas. They're going to put the Bear off lane. Whether the DK is mid or farming in their safe lane, don't know yet. I would lean towards it being mid, and we might see like a Gyro mid, and we could see the tree in safe lane. But I think that this might be a game where Artyk could try and
10
put like
seconds
a Weaver or
remaining.
something sort of risky top, because if he can stay
5
out of the range of
seconds remaining.
DK, so the Ice Path won't give them that much of a stun to where Weaver might be able to get away. As long as
Reserve time.
Dignitas doesn't pick up a Rubik or like a Bane or something like that, they could pick up a Weaver and he could just run around with tree armor and, screw with DK's farm if DK's top.
but they're going to go with the Naga Siren instead.
Radiant team.
And I don't know about this pickup because it didn't work well for them in the first game. The only time they used that Siren was they used it offensively once at the end of the game, which is where they lost the game, and they used it defensively every other time. So, I mean,
I don't think it was really that hero of an issue. I think it was more of just how the lanes played out. Dignitas was already so far ahead that it didn't really matter what heroes Artyk had.
right.
10
I still don't really
seconds
like
remaining.
Naga against DK though. With all that splash or illusions, you're just gonna fall.
5 seconds
The net's
remaining.
good because you know that DK is going to pick up a BKB at some point. Although Dignitas
Reserve time.
is almost definitely going to go for like treads into Lothars or something
5
like that on the
seconds
DK.
remaining.
But the net's awesome against BKB heroes that it's common on. And it's also pretty great against Bear just because you can net the Bear. He's down for a
Radiant
long
team
amount of
back.
time.
Right.
And you can just beat on the Bear and get free Bear kills. It's a good stun. And we're
What I
going to
would
see
like
the
to
Bane again.
see, what I would like to see was what Typical Mistakes did with the Naga Siren previously, is just send that Naga, I mean, send it mid, honestly. I mean, I don't think they have necessarily
10
the lineup that's
seconds
conducive to that, but send it mid and then get ganks going on mid consistently, because that
5
ensnare
seconds remaining.
is going to be able to help you provide a lot of kills. I mean, it is going to be just absolutely devastating if you can get 2 heroes, 3 heroes in there to help gank. Because right now they've got that gyrocopter, and I think he's going to be the one receiving the most farm here, especially if the DK goes mid for the side of Team Dignitas. Naga Siren against DK mid could be an interesting matchup. But
10 seconds
I'm going to wait
remaining.
until everybody's picked here before I really start making predictions. Tidehunter
5
ban, and then another
seconds
ban coming out from
remaining.
the side of Artyk. But then the Kodal and the Bane came out from the side of Dignitas, then from Artyk for the Bane.
Reserve time.
Kodal, interesting, but I think I like that because this is a pretty heavy pushing
Radiant
strategy.
team
You've got the DK with that Elder Dragon form. You've got the Lone Druid who has that bear, and he can just send himself onto the tower. And Keeper of the Light pushing the lane. If they can get some early towers here, they're going to be in a good position. Against a Gyrocopter and a Naga, however, I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work out for them.
I think that Dignitas is going to run into a lot of problems. I think what we're going to see
Dire
is
team pick.
Dignitas might coordinate themselves to where they're posturing to take a tower, and then all of a sudden they get slept. Gyro call down plus tree ult. That's a pretty menacing combo.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yep, Enigma though. It looks like that they're just gonna put the DK mid, and they're gonna farm with the bear top and sack the off lane and
Radiant
farm the
team
Enigma in the
pick.
jungle. That's
Right.
what I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
They might have a hard time killing that bounty hunter with tree armor, because it looks like they're just gonna run a safe lane tri lane. But you know, been wrong before.
Well, we're going to have to find out how this game does go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3 of the RaidCall EMS 1 American
Prepare
Group
for
Stages. This
battle.
is to see who gets into the playoffs right now. This game, everything's on the line. As, of course, we've got Artyk versus Dignitas. Artyk, Smash is going to be playing the Naga Siren. She's heading mid right now. IWO again on the Gyrocopter. Masoku will be on the Tree and Protector. Mihawk on the Bounty Hunter. And Misko will be on the Bane. On the side of Dignitas, we've got Universe. He's up on the Dragon Knight. Snake King is playing the Lone Druid this time around. AY2000 is going to be on the Enigma. Fogged will be up on the Jakiro, and Way Too Sexy is going to be up on the Keeper of the Light. They're going to go ahead, 5-man into their jungle, make sure nothing's getting warded here right now, but it looks like it's going to be Masoku, the Gyrocopter, as well up top. They will send Naga mid, which was what I was kind of hoping for a little bit. Misko is going to come down here, ward up, and Mihawk's going to be solo offlane here against a pretty aggressive tri-lane. I mean, obviously they're playing in the
30
defensive lane,
seconds
but
to
there
battle.
are some sentry wards coming out from the side of Way Too Sexy. So, potentially dangerous lane for Mihawk, and this is the problem when you pick up somebody like a bounty hunter, because you can't send him into the jungle and just hope that he gets farm. You can't really roam him around. You've got to try to get experience with him. You've got to try to get some sort of like gold from him, and that's going to be difficult, if not impossible, if they put the sentries down and if they play aggressively enough on the side of Dignitas. But the role switching
The
coming
battle
out of the side of
begins.
Dignitas is very interesting.
Yeah, we'll see if Snake King's bear is up to snuff with Owie's bear. I'm not sure I like the bounty hunter pick. He's not gonna really do all that much to stop them from pushing. But you know, what offlaner can really stop like a bear Enigma coddle sort of lane? So
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what's... I'd be very surprised to see him stay here. He can maybe just pull the creep wave back to the tower once they start pushing, but other than that, I don't see anything really happening here. But the same thing goes for the side of IWO. I mean, he's got a free lane up here. They can actually just move Misko wherever they want to move him. And they've already got Masoku up in that top rune spot. I think he's actually, his big body's underneath a haste rune. Yeah, there, he's going to pick it up. But, I mean, they don't need to be up there. They can help pull and stuff like that, but they should roam one person down bottom lane. It looks like that's what they're going to do with Misko. He's going to throw up a Nightmare on that range creep, and that's going to help, of course, at least with a little bit with equilibrium. You see Mihawk, he's already actually taken to what we said to heart. He's just sitting here in the jungle, essentially, in the trees. But immediately Fogged is like, he knows he's there. Fogged knows.
Mihawk's gonna have some issues though, because around 3 minutes when that catapult spawns, they're gonna be pushing up that lane, and they're probably gonna get tier 2. Artyk doesn't really have a team that can answer for that like heavy pushing strategy early. In the mid game, if they have enough farm, they can really contest that and try and see, you know, what they can make happen. But this early game, I think that this tier 2 tower for Artyk's gonna drop probably within 10 minutes.
And that's not really what you want to have happen, especially with this kind of lineup. The thing is, they won't be getting a whole lot of experience because of the fact that they're going to be all together with this tri-lane. I mean, you do see, of course, the Keeper of the Light pulling right now. They want to be able to get 6 quickly. Misko, all he's looking to do right now is stack Ancients. That's not going to provide him any experience either. So right now, I mean, I'm not sure what Artyk is banking on other than the fact that they want IWO to get farmed here, and he will get it. I mean, he's got 8 CS right now. He's up there with the rest of them. But at the same time, I mean, this is an interesting decision from the side of Artyk. I mean, they will have Misko at least to help defend the Tier 1, but I don't know if that's going to be enough if all 3, potentially 4 with AUI 2000 come through and decide to take that. So.
I think that having Gyro mid against Bear would have been better than having Naga mid. If Naga gets rooted, he has to be in like melee range to really get his farm. If he gets rooted, he's in some serious trouble. If Gyro, you know, Gyro has less of a chance to be rooted, I think, just because he doesn't have to be so close to the lane to where the Bear can get all up on him. But, you know, Bear, before he gets 6, is very easily ganked. And they're going for one right now. They have the Bounty Hunter there.
Yeah, Snaking definitely in some trouble right now. He's going to try to get back to that tower. He's getting chased very far. The illusions are there. They're going to tank up a little bit, but they will decide to not pursue that. Snaking barely surviving. The Bear might go down. No, the illusion's not going to be doing enough damage, so Snaking will survive. They committed a lot for that gank there. Anything out of it. Very interesting gank there.
Yeah, I think that if he just had net instead, that would have been a for sure kill. I'm not sure why he has a mirror image this early, but
I think if they were going for the dive, and the mirror image allows them to at least have the illusions tank up the tower, with the ensnare, yeah, I agree they would have gotten the kill, but at the same time it might have been a little bit more risky, and they might have gotten some revenge kills on the side of Dignitas coming out. So that's my thought process. I'm not sure if that's really the reasoning why. At the same time, you see Mihawk and Misko, they're roaming down here in the bottom lane. They're trying to be a little bit more aggressive here. 25 last hits for Ewo, and that's a big deal. I mean, with him getting free farm, he's also pushing up the tower here just a little bit, but at the same time, he's getting a ton of farm. Smash, sitting at 16 CS, he's actually doing pretty good against Snaking right now here in the mid lane. Down in the bottom lane right now, though, Mihawk in some trouble. There's the ice path. It's going to be enough. There's the breathe fire. The living armor might save his life, and it will. And that's what we were talking about. They're going to try to be aggressive, but of course they have that living armor to fall back on. Now roaming through his AUI 2000. There's the Malefice, his illusions, or his Eidolons, excuse me, going to maybe just doing some damage there, and they're going to back off. They cannot get to him in time.
This is just so bad for Dignitas. They're just wasting so much time and they're not getting anything for it. This is just not what they need to have happen. They're chasing them through the jungle, getting kills they can't get. That is just some clutch living armors too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the living armor on the bounty hunter. It definitely saved his life. It definitely saved his life.
They just don't really have a tri-lane that does that much damage. Like the blast is, they're only real huge damage there other than breathe fire. The Jakiro just has a slight sort of stun. Yeah, nothing really all that much. That's just, it's good to be a bounty hunter, I think.
Absolutely right now, and he's actually roaming through mid. Maybe even going to find AUI 2000, and he of course has that Shadow Walk, and he's going to go right to that large camp where AUI 2000 is sitting. The Ursa Clap doing a lot of damage to AUI 2000. Mihawk might go for a pick off here. Maybe checking mid right now. And now Misko on the backside. They want to go on Snaking here. Snaking needs to get back to the tower. Snaking realizes he's in trouble. There's the TP. He's going to use his ult right now, looking for an ensnare. Might find one. Ice Path just catching Smash right now, but they cannot turn this around. Nice rotation from Fog will stop any sort of aggression. Another gank tried from Artyk, not successful, however.
That's just one of the follies in their draft right there. The tree offers really nothing to ganking. And the Bane doesn't really have any damage either. Like, that guy's still level 1. And, you know, as soon as Bear gets 6, he's basically unkillable. So they're just gonna have him farming, and he needs... They don't really have damage. They need that Gyro to actually do damage.
He will be, though. I mean, look at Gyrocopter's items right now. He's got that Midas. He just used a call down to farm. His net worth is going to get there slowly but surely. He will be able to get a ton of gold. He's got 47 CS at 5 minutes into the game. 5 minutes in, he's pretty much at 50 CS right now.
And Dignitas hasn't taken the tier 1 yet. I'm not sure why. They're just really farming the Enigma, but if you look at the graphs though, I'm not sure that just farming the Enigma is the best thing. He's going straight for mech before he even like boots, it looks like. And that may be when they start trying to push, but I don't think they really need mech. I think that they could have just started single pulling and taken that tier 1 tower and then maybe waited to get a mech, but don't know.
Structures are fortified.
It is curious what they're deciding to do here. I think they're a little bit... They want to just get more farm for Universe maybe before they start pushing that tower. They want level 6, I think, the Elder Dragon form. They're going to try to let him get it here. As you can see, they're trying to get Fog, get some farm in the jungle. Meanwhile, Mihawk just doing, of course, a Janata to Universe, or actually just a Janata to a creep, it looks like. 55 CS for the Gyrocopter. AUI is up in the top lane right now. He's got that headdress. He's got boots now, so he's going to get boots before that mech. Now roaming around, Misko is here. Might go on that bear smash, taking some damage from the bear. No Orb of Venom on him either, but way too sexy's here. He's got the Chakra Magic, which really won't help out snaking too much, but actually Smash taking quite a bit of damage. If he got an entangle there, he potentially could have gotten that kill. There's going to be, of course, that wave coming in, just barely hitting Smash right in the face, but only doing a little bit of damage. Mihawk roaming back through. He's only sitting at level 4 right now. If we take a look, Misko is only level 1. He is about to hit 2, but he's only level 1, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That is interesting, to say the least. I mean, that's just... he should not be right there. Meanwhile, Elder Dragon form, Mihawk in some trouble. Ice Path as well. They have vision is the question. Dual Breath, looking to go. They have the Sentry. That is first blood for Universe. Nice job there. He gets level 6. He actually got level 7 from that as well. Pops Elder Dragon form. They pick up the first blood, and now they might be aggressive. But speaking of being aggressive, top lane, taking some damage. There's the Malphite on IWO right now. If they can get a TP in here, they might be able to stop it, but not going to happen. That tower's going to go down, so they will get first blood for Dignitas, but they'll lose the tier 1 top tower. And what they should be doing, I think, is pushing right now, and it's actually going the opposite direction. So, very interesting.
Yeah. Naga didn't take his ult to 6. I think that's sort of interesting. What we may see is him take it a little bit later on when they want to try and defend that tower, but I think that maybe part of the reason that Dignitas was so not ready to really push in was just the tree armor. I think we just sort of left that out when we were thinking about that. Also, DK didn't really have his ult, and I guess that they were waiting for DK's ult to really power through that, but tree armor can be really troublesome for when they're trying to push a tower.
I think also, yeah, I mean, those two things combined, you really want to get that Elder Dragon form going. I mean, and there were also 2 heroes down there. They didn't necessarily want to push into that. They, of course, had the way too sexy roaming throughout. He's level 5 right now. He's almost level 6, so he can start recalling like crazy. Snaking is sitting at 44 CS, Gyro at 74. Like crazy, 74 CS at 9 minutes into the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they've been stacking the hard camp and the medium camp there from Nikhil. They've been really just putting all their eggs in the Gyro basket. They've even stacked their Ancients. Like, that Bane's just basically been a Beastmaster, except not really at all. He just stacks Ancients, which I guess Beastmaster does that too, but I don't know.
They have some similarities. They've got similarities.
If that DK hits 11 pretty quick and gets his flash and everything, and they take that tier 1 bottom and go and steal that stack, that could be pretty bad waters for Artyk, but, you know.
Misko, he's going to smoke up with the Naga Siren, who does have the ult, by the way. They are level 2 for Misko. Smash is level 8. TP's now coming in. They're trying to push this tower. But here comes the wraparound from the backside. Smash. There goes the Naga Siren a little early. They're going to get caught in it. Now another TP coming in. Here, Overgrowth might be coming. Here it comes the call down as well. The Overgrowth's going to come. The call down. So much damage. Artyk just cleaning this up. Fog's going to be next. That's 2 down. Universe in some trouble. The ensnare. He's going to fall as well, but not before he can free fire. Not that it really matters. That's all 5 coming in, taking down 3, defending their base. They say, no, you cannot have this tier 1 tower. Get out of here.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
that incredible setup for like defending towers. And that's sort of why I wish that Dignitas had taken that tower sooner, because as soon as like they got some farm on their Gyro and Naga, they could just go and do that. And you know, they waited too long, and Artyk just decided, you know what, we'll just defend this. Have fun with that.
And that was a textbook Song of the Siren. I thought if she might have done it a little too early. It turns out it was right on time, and she just wraps around. I mean, the ensnare right here, they're all in the call down. They get obliterated by the first strike of the call down. Then, of course, the right click and the rocket barrage come and do the extra damage that they need to do there. So, I mean, that was something else, to be honest with you, and just a really nice setup coming out. I'm surprised Dignitas didn't suspect that coming. They're usually pretty good about positioning, especially when it comes to pushing towers. They didn't have really the necessary heroes maybe to take that tower down. Snaking wasn't really around. I think AY 2000 wasn't around as well. They had 3 heroes trying to commit to that push, and they knew, I think, they were missing. But at the same time, That did give
Dire's
Snaking
top
some room
tower
to
is
farm,
under
but at the same
attack.
time, 98 CS at 1125 for the Gyrocopter, and he is farmed. He is very farmed. His GPM is at 538, and that's only 11 minutes into the game. That's without taking really any towers at all. In fact, that's one tower gone, and that's his GPM right now. So, IWO, outstanding farm at this point, and I mean that's very surprising to me. Universe right now, he's sitting at level 8. He's got Drum. He's going for BKB next. Looks like they want to try to take this again. Living Armor on that tower has brought it back up pretty decently. There's the Breathe Fire. Mihawk's going to throw a track out right now. There are 3 heroes here. Overgrowth, is it available? Absolutely. There is AUI 2000. He's got Black Hole. Mech's also pretty much done. Yes, it is in fact done. They're trying to take this tower. The Living Armor is going to go again on that tower perhaps in just a moment. Track down Fog. Now they're going to have to back off. Wait for the creep wave. Nice and feeble up on, of course, the side of Universe. Meanwhile, pushing out into the top lane is going to be the side of IWO. There's going to be another Living Armor. Here comes Way Too Sexy looking to throw an Illuminate down. They will take that tower. Jakira's going to grab it. They'll throw the Illuminate, keep pushing. Meanwhile, top tower taking some damage from IWO. TP, is it going to come? No, then maybe they just want to go for a tier 2 right now. They have the Black Hole. And things, they're looking to escalate, but now they'll TP back home and defend this. IWO will back off, and that's going to be it there.
You know, even though they got that tower, I'm not entirely sure it was worth it. They had to dedicate 4 people just to killing that tower, whereas Artyk still had their Naga and Gyro free farming and did damage to the tier 2 tower top. Whereas, you know, whereas Dignitas only had their bear farm. So I'm not sure that trade was necessarily that great. The tower may be dead, and there's Artyk, Mystico, or I mean, just going to kill his stack. And after this stack's done, we may see them aggressively try and take some towers, which is what I'd personally like to see them do, but
Right
maybe
now,
not. Oh, this
some,
may be like
some
a
bigger
song.
problems to deal with here in the mid lane as AUI 2000 with his Eidolons now. TP rotation, Song in. Yes, there it goes. Song's going to hit onto 2. That's AUI 2000 as well as Snaking right now. There's the call down going. AUI 2000 trying to get out. There's the Overgrowth as well. Misoku getting it. There's the Ice Path. The Black Hole only onto Misoku. AUI 2000 trying to get off before he dies. He does get a good job. Misoku barely alive right now. He should not be. 2 heroes very low on Artyk, but Way Too Sexy. He's going to fall as well. Double kill for Smash.
Wow.
Hero might get dove. IWO doing a lot of damage here. Here comes Mihawk looking for Fog. His track available in 1 second. Doesn't matter. Double kill for Mihawk. They take him down at 7-1. Excuse me, 2-7. Now the Gyrocopter does finally go down. Universe picking off that kill. But still. They should have more than 1,000 experience lead right now, and more than 1,000 gold lead. It should be a lot more
Well,
than that.
the thing is that they had their bear farming mid. He was getting basically the same farm as Naga. They had the DK farming just about the same as their Gyro. But they had a full Enigma in the jungle as well as the pulls that Jakiro and Coddle were getting. So they had slightly a better lane phase in terms of how much gold and XP that they're gonna get out of it. But Artyk sort of transitioned to do more things with what they had.
Dignitas, they want to try to take this tier 2 tower. They're going to try to rebound here. They know that there's ults on cooldown here. AUI 2000 already uses Black Hole Smash, getting Ice Pathed up. The cooldown's going to fly. He's going to push it back. Big Overgrowth again, but the mech coming out from Dignitas this time around. AUI 2000 taking a lot of damage. Riptide will get the kill there. Blind coming out. They're backing off the ensnare now on Universe. Universe is going to fall as well. It looks like, yes, Mihawk will get a double kill. Snaking, Fiend's Grip. He's in some trouble. There's the Riptide dominating for Smash. And another big fight going for Artyk. They're going to go tier 1 mid right now, and why not take it? They can absolutely do so. Artyk playing out of their minds this game. Absolutely fantastic.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is what they were going for game 1, but they just couldn't get it out there.
Radiant's middle tower
This is like a pocket strat or something. This is just
Radiant's
amazing. I haven't seen this sort of like stuff since TI2.
I mean, no one plays Naga Siren
Radiant's
anymore,
bottom
but it's making a comeback,
attack.
and you can see. I was concerned about Mihawk and the Bounty Hunter at first. Now, Mihawk hasn't been the most influential person on this team, but the tracks are certainly going to help. I mean, when you think about it, anytime you can get some extra speed going, it's going to be nice, essentially. Plus the gold that you're getting on top of that. The gold that you're helping your Gyrocopter get when he's not farming, which is pretty much never, by the way, is going to be great. I mean, he's got Helm of the Dom, he's got Midas, he's got Mithril Hammer, he's almost got enough for a complete BKB. GPM 585 at 16 minutes in the game. And now Dignitas, they're looking to... I don't know why they keep trying to push into this mid-tier 2 tower.
they feel behind right now. They think that they need to go and get towers down in order to win this game. They're just all in trying to push this because they are a fair amount behind. It's 2-10, and they're really not even ahead on towers. And if you look at the graph, this is just pretty scary if you were Dignitas right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're 5,000 experience down, 4,000 gold down. Certainly not insurmountable right now, but at 16 minutes, it's a bad, bad omen.
Look at Bane's skill build here. You even have Maxton able to stop that bear from doing anything. They really just, I feel like this is maybe even like a strategy where they just knew exactly what they were going into against Dignitas.
Yeah,
them picking bear every game.
That's exactly right, because he's got minus 96 damage. He's not doing anything to that tower.
And then they have even like tree armor on it. They just don't do anything.
Yeah. AUI 2000 might be in some trouble. Nice use of the Malphite there. They're backing off, but here they come. Smash with the Ensnare up in about 3 seconds. They might want to use the song right now. Universe not in the best position either. Will they song in? The overgrowth only hitting on a few, but is the black hole going to come? No, there's going to be the call down first right now. So we're taking some damage. Snaking is going to fall. 1-for-1 trade. Ensnare all the way onto Universe, way over there. There's the rocket barrage. Universe
here's a good hole.
Black hole onto 2 right now. 3 even. Breathe fire. Excuse me, there's the natural power coming in. Now they're turning the fight around. Double kill for AUI 2000. Now they're starting to turn this fight around. Mihawk trying to get out of there. He can shadow all the way. Nice timing there. There's going to be the Sentry Ward on the ground as well. But 3-for-2 trade. All right. Dignitas trying to get things going here.
It's the little things that are going to crawl their way back into the game, into this game. And I think that also means that they might get this tier 2 tower mid. No, they're backing off of it. I don't know. What sort of farm does Bear have right now? Let's see. He's got phase boots, gloves of haste, and 1.3k. He really just doesn't have that much. He's not going to do all that much in this game unless he really just sort of starts making up the farm right now. Especially with like Armlet not being viable, or I wouldn't say not viable, but I haven't seen anyone really make it since it got nerfed. I think he's probably making Maelstrom on his bear, but we'll see.
He might be in some trouble here. He's gonna get hit up. He's gonna get tracked. Bounty Hunter's a DD room, by the way, and there's the getting grip as well. Snaking is gonna fall there, and so
there we go.
He is not gonna be able to catch up, unfortunately for him after that kill. I mean, he'll catch up eventually if this game goes long enough, but that is not gonna help out. And
I put his bear on cooldown for 80 seconds when he's up, so even if he's down for only 20 seconds, his bear is down for an extra 50 seconds, so we really can't do anything. And that bottom tower is just gonna fall. And this is Artyk just playing extremely well. They're getting kills where they need to. They're dropping towers even when they're slightly ahead. They know that Dignitas can't do anything to defend it. Even if they're just trading for top, them getting these crucial towers to where they can actually just start going and roam and gank inside of Dignitas' jungle is just huge. It makes it just that much more unsafe for
AUI 2000. He's in some trouble. Drum is popped right now. IWO very speedy. Ice Path missing on IWO. AUI 2000 is going to mech up, but he's not going to be able to survive here, I don't think. One more hit should do the job. Yeah, he'll go down to that homing missile, but Mihawk in the meantime, he's going to fall. Here comes the call down. BKB's going to get popped right now. They don't want to play it. 1-for-1 trade so far. Way too sexy. He's going to TP out. He'll get out of there just in time on the backside. Fog, he's going to get ensnared. He's going to try to TP out. Will he be able to make it? No, the Song of the Siren. They really wanted that kill. Fog is in fact going to go down. So a 2-for-1 trade in the end. Very nice awareness coming out from the Naga Siren.
With that top tower already taken a huge amount of damage, they may just go finish it off real quick. Bane's even maxing Nightmare, it looks like, over Brain Sap. I think that that's for the extra small duration that he can cast it on the bear to stop them from pushing. That Bane is just going like complete screw you bear mode.
I mean, the Enfeeble has been really good for him so far, so it's...
We may see him make like an F-blade or something and just start F-blading the bear. And oils or something.
Oh,
he just oils the bear.
That's not nice. Why would you do that to that poor bear?
I don't know. He's evil. Look at Bane. That guy's just evil. He is literally a nightmare.
I wish I could zoom in, but I disabled it. He does look very scary. Oh, jeez.
That Universe getting chased down right now.
Yeah, Universe definitely
Oh, that's a
big
hole.
black hole coming in from AUI 2000. They just
can't-
don't have any damage, but there's the shuriken toss from Mihawk. Nicely done there. AUI 2000. He's getting chased right now. As you can see, he's going to fall. Double kill for IWO. Oh, goodness gracious.
I was just a raid boss this game.
Yep, it was
He's almost
Howie
got
last
his
game
MVP.
outside of UO. He's only died once, so he's coming back with that second life.
Radiant structures are fortified.
All right, guys. I mean, 6-17 here. Dignitas, they're in
Radiant's
jeopardy
bottom
of
tower is under
getting
attack.
sent home right now. 7,500 experience and gold deficit.
Mihawk's gonna die to the
Mihawk,
tower.
The tower. No, Mihawk. No.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Oh,
fallen.
why?
Gotta
MKB is done though
Pocket
for
dude trying to
Jaro.
run into Kiro and faking him out and stuff. That track is really just doing wonders for them in team fights though. All that movement speed on Gyro and Naga just to chase people down. That is just huge. As well as that bounty hunter's positioning himself incredibly well to start canceling these holes. That sure can toss that last little skirmish there.
Yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely. I mean, like, Black Hole's here. He's sitting right here. Shrew can toss onto Aoi. Done. Boom. It was a great black hole, but there also wasn't that much damage coming out either from the side of
Kinda
Dignitas.
saved the day, you know?
Roshan has
There's too many
fallen
people
to the
there
dark.
from the Malefus, all of them, and
Yep.
when they go in, drop the hole, and hopefully DK would live, but
Now they're going to try to go for this tier 1 tower. Nature's guys up on the Soku. Is there going to be any TP rotation? Fortification is available. They're going to pop it. I've never seen someone vehemently defend a tier 1 tower so aggressively. There's the overgrowth onto Snaking, as you can see. Now, Universe is going to go ahead and stun Masoku. Masoku might be giving up his life here. He's going to use his living armor. Entangle's going to go. Beast Grip getting stopped. There's the Macro Pyre on the ground. Mihawk taking more damage, as you can see. Only one down on each side. Snaking's getting purged up. Taking a lot of damage from Smash. Miss going to triple call down. Not going to hit anybody. Double kill for AUI 2000 right now. Smash. Trying to chase. Snaking might be in some trouble, as you can see. IWO with another kill. There's the Ensnare on Universe. He's going to try to TP out. He should be able to make it here. Song of the Siren does not go through BKB, but they will be able to grab Way Too Sexy as the Purge is going to go. Way Too Sexy is going to go down. IWO with a double kill. He's got the Aegis on him. They're looking for a tier 2 tower now as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
man.
top tower has fallen.
What can you say about Artyk?
sick players.
Yeah.
They play just incredibly well as a team. These little, like, strategies that they're running are incredibly well thought out. Like, what they've done with Bane, maxing Enfeeble and everything. That incredible fight bottom with the Naga sleep into the overgrowth.
Yeah.
And then the call down, it's incredible. And now Evo's stealing their stack, and that's just awesome.
It's just like, hey, I need more money right now because 800 GPM is not enough on a gyrocopter. It's really not. I mean, so 800 GPM for the gyro, and I think it really all started with that incredible fight down there at that bottom tier 1 tower. I think that's what set the pace for the game for Artyk. And once they had that going for them, I mean, they were in a lead, and they really haven't lost it since. I mean, now they're getting a ton of items. Blink Dagger is going to be done, of course, for the Bane. You saw Manta Style for the side of the Naga Siren. Universe will pick up a Maelstrom, which will be nice. That'll provide a lot of damage, but at this point, Smash is starting to get out of control. Gyrocopter's been out of control for quite some time. He's got 2,000 gold in the bank that he can spend on whatever, or just save it. He's got another stack that he's about to take. He already obliterates these stacks as it is.
He is just a farming machine. He's like the Black of the South.
Black of the South, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. IWO.
He's like replacing his Midas 20 minutes in. That's just some unreal stuff. Like, it literally hasn't even paid for itself. And he's
Brush the
just
dirt
like,
off your
got
shoulders,
no-
IWO. Just brush the dirt off your shoulders right now. I mean, he is rich. He's got a butterfly, by the way, which leads his net worth up to 20,000. That Illuminate, not doing really anything. There's the Purge on Way Too Sexy, the Ensnare, the Track. I mean, a lot of damage from IWO, and yeah, boom. Like that, a godlike streak now. And AUI 2000's got to back off too, of course, behind the Tier 2 tower. So Dignitas in the first game, man, they look good, but wow, they call GG. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. They just called GG. 25 minutes into the game, GPM 843 for IWO, and it's going to stay right around there. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us here tonight.
Black
Been a
of the
great
South.
set of games.
Strong.
IWO playing outstandingly. Artyk, so good. Just so good. We're going to jump into the next game in just a moment, guys. It's going to be a best of 3 with Typical Mistakes versus Tryhard Dota. Thank you for joining us here on twitch.tv/NeoDota. Of course, you can check out the next series. It's going to be on twitch.tv/national, or excuse me, twitch.tv Here, I'll write it out for you guys.
Shout out to WHD Mark's Rares. Poor guy. He's in poverty now.
Yeah.
I bet he's accepting
I
donations.
think a lot of rares are gone.
Feel
A
nice.
lot of rares. Before we leave, any shoutouts, Anacletus?
Oh yeah, shout out to my friend Dean. I think he's out there still watching. I don't know. Maybe. And Mark, poor guy.
Poor
Little
Mark.
boss.
Before we head out of here, guys, thanks to the National ESL admins. Check out nationalesl.com. Make sure you head over to twitch.tv/nationalesl, or NESL, excuse me, _Dota2. That's where the next set of games is going to be. A best of 3 between Tryhard Dota and Typical Mistakes. If you'd like my casting, please tell me what you thought about it in chat. Twitter.com/MautDota2 as well. If you'd like to follow me there, give me a shout out and say, you know, here's what you did wrong, here's what you did right. Let me know, please. If it's about my microphone, I'm sorry, I'm doing the best I can. We'll jump into the next game, the next series, I should say, in just a moment. Congratulations to Artyk there, moving on to the playoffs. And that's going to be it, guys. We'll see you all later.